Hey everyone, good morning. Jack Reeve here, TalkNorwichCity. I hope you're all doing very well indeed. Back for some more transfer speculation today. Yes, more transfer news. We've just signed Oliver Skipp and Javi Quintil. We made a video about that a couple of days ago. They were signings number 8 and 9. Norwich City are now on the verge of signing number 10. Jordan Hugill is his name. I'm sure a lot of you know of him, whether you watched him at Preston, QPR, Middlesbrough, the 3 games at West Ham that he had. I'm sure you know about him. Quite a seasoned championship striker. 28-year-old, 6 foot tall, really kind of come through the ranks of non-league and made his way up. Very kind of rustic approach to his game. Port Vale in 2012, then got his move to Gateshead in 2013. Preston was where he really made his name. 25 goals and 103 appearances there. Then he got his move to West Ham, a £10 million move. Now that's fairly big. That was back in 2018 from a side that hasn't been in the Premier League for a long, long while in Preston. Got his move to West Ham, didn't really work out. Loan moves to Middlesbrough, where he scored 6 in 37. And then last season was at QPR, where his goal scoring record was actually pretty good. 13 in 39 games, 9 of which were substitute appearances. So that's a goal every 3 games. That's pretty good going for a striker, considering a third of the games pretty much were off the bench. That makes it even more impressive. So clearly a man who knows where the back of the net is. I wouldn't say prolific, but knows how to score in the Championship, and clearly when made the step up to the Premier League struggled a little bit. Now, where does this link come from? Well, it was Kaveh Solkahol, which broke the news. The Sky Sports reporter who does lots and lots on transfer news, mainly Premier League stuff, but clearly got a little tip off here. And of course, it does involve a Premier League team in West Ham. West Ham apparently are desperate to ship out Jordan Hugill. It clearly hasn't worked. He won't be making, breaking into the West Ham squad. It doesn't look like. So there's an opportunity here for a club to pick up Jordan Hugill at a price which is certainly discounted and what they paid for him. Now, the original fee that was banded about was £5 million. Now, that does seem a little steep for a 28-year-old who hasn't scored too many goals in the past couple of seasons. But I think if you look into that £5 million, I don't think it will be an upfront £5 million. I think it will be more along the lines of 2.5 million with a couple of add-ons, maybe a promotion clause, a goal bonus, appearance bonus, something like that. You've all played Football Manager. You know what the kind of bonuses and contracts look like. Very much expect there to be a promotion clause in there of some sort. So it could maybe rise to £5 million, but it certainly won't start like that. That's my, take on things anyway. And there are a lot of people really getting their, knickers in a twist over the £5 million transfer fee. And even if it was £5 million and it went through as that, I think I'd be kind of okay with it. It's clear that we need another striker. The 3 strikers we're taking into the Championship campaign at the moment are Timu Pukki, Adam Ida and Josip Drmic. I very much expect Drmic to either leave, which I kind of doubt because Norwich obviously want rid, but I can't see any clubs willing to pay his wages because he's on a fairly cushy fee at Norwich. So we have to rely on someone to pay the wages. I don't see that happening. So I think Dermot will be here. So we've probably got 3 strikers going into the Championship season, which on the surface is probably enough. But when you look at the Championship campaign we've got coming up, it's going to very busy indeed. You've got Carabao Cup, you've got FA Cup, you've got the Championship games, you've got the EFL, I said trophy last time, I think it's the EFL trophy. I got told off for saying the non-league one. Yeah, it's the EFL trophy we're in, isn't it? And it's the FA trophy for non-league clubs. So there's going to be a lot of games and we need to be adaptable. We need to have a deep squad. And I am quite happy with Jordan Hugill. I loved watching him at Preston. He had a very good spell at QPR last season. As long as he gets a bit of game time, as long as he's in a system that works for him, he will score goals for Norwich City. And you have to look at the grand scheme of things here. You can pretty much guarantee that Jordan Hugill will get 10 goals in a season. I'm going out there and saying it. I think he'll get more than 10 goals if he comes and gets game time. There's not many players that you can get that has got the experience, that is still under the age of 30, for £2 million. It is a very inflated market. Yeah, COVID might have had some effects, but it's still an inflated market. And to go out and get Jordan Hugill relatively cheap, I think is very good. You also have to realise that Norwich City are in a very different position now. We are financially stable. We can buy before we can sell, as we're seeing. We've made a hell of a lot of signings and no sales yet. So for me, Jordan Hugill just seems like a good bit of business. Now, of course, there's another Jordan. That's the elephant in the room, is it? Jordan Rhodes. Will he make a return to Norwich City after a really successful spell in our last championship promotion campaign? I don't see it. I don't think Stuart Webber is the kind of man to go back, from where he's kind of come from. I like Jordan Rhodes. He, again, is a very seasoned championship striker and knows the club well now. But I can't see us going back. It's the similar kind of situation to Ryan Bennett. I'd love to see both Ryan Bennett and Jordan Rhodes at the football club, but I just don't see it. And there is an argument that that's probably the right way to be looking at things. It's like, you might have had a good time with an ex-girlfriend. Going back's never a good idea, is it? And that's probably the situation we've got with Jordan Rhodes. So Jordan Hugill is the standout option now in terms of the one that has the most likeliness of signing. I'd love to know your thoughts on this one. I mean, 10 signings, no real outgoings in terms of players that we've sold anyway. We've still got all of our main assets: Jamal, Max, Ben, Todd, all still here. Emmy. I can't see us selling them all now. So it's going to be fascinating. It's going to be really, really fascinating to see the squad that we take into that first game against Luton in the Carabao Cup, which is literally under 3 weeks away. We have not got long until that game. And of course, that's not going to be a first team playing that night, but it's going to be a very different squad to the one that finished the Premier League last season. Jordan Hugill, will he sign? Won't he sign? Do you want him to sign? Do you not want him to sign? Really interesting one, this. I'd love to know your thoughts down in the comments section below. Also, we are on the home straight to 20,000 subscribers. It'd be really, really great if you could hit that subscribe button for daily Norwich City content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.